Okay, I'm going to show you today how to use the circular pattern and the rectangular pattern. So we use this a lot when we're doing things like making crenelations on top of walls and towers and so forth like that. Not towers, turrets. Turrets have crenelations, towers have roofs. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to first of all start a sketch. I'm going to show you how to do the round one first. We're going to go on top of this cylinder I've already built. Now, notice that the front of my gate is collinear with the center of my cylinder. So that means that I want my crenelations to only go 70% of the way, or 270 degrees around here. Now, we're going to first of all start by designing the actual thing that we want to pattern in a circular pattern. We're going to do that by going up here to create. I'm going to grab the 3-point arc tool. I'm going to start right here on the edge of the y-axis and my tower, the outside of my turret. And I'm going to pull this along that line there, and I'm going to make this 0.25. And then I'm going to make sure that I'm on the line and click. Okay. Now what I want to do is zoom in really, really close, and I want to follow the line of the turret itself. So there, click, and there ends up being the outside line of my turret. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to go into modify and click on the offset tool. Now it's asking me what I want to offset over here by selecting that. I'm going to click the outside of that pattern. Notice that it offset it out away from the actual turret itself. So that means to pull it in, I'm going to have to go negative with this a little bit. So I'm going to bring that in, and over here, I'm going to change that to negative 0.25. Okay, so now if I zoom out, you can see that I've got two arcs that are totally in line with each other. There's just one offset version, one of the other. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my line tool, and I'm going to connect those two arcs together by clicking on the points and the points. Okay. So now I have an enclosed area. That's what I need, right? I cannot extrude something that's not enclosed. Before we extrude, though, we want to make our pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to create, and I'm going to grab circular pattern. Okay. Now I'm going to click on each side. It won't let me click on the part, the enclosed surface. I have to click on each side of the pattern. So I have 4 selected. Now it's asking me to select a center point. Well, the center point is going to be the center point of my cylinder there. Okay. So I'm going to click on that center point. Guys, if I pan out, you're going to see that it is a full circle and that there are 3 repeats in the pattern. Well, first of all, I don't want a full circle. I want a partial circle. And I want that partial circle to be 270. We'll see how that works. 270, not 2700, 270. And that starts on the x-axis, or starts on the y-axis, ends on the x-axis. That's good. The other thing that I need is I need to have a quantity that's greater than 3. That doesn't even look like castle crenelations. So let's start with 10. Still too much space between them. Let's try 11. Oh, that's okay. Let's try 12. I like that. So now we're going to hit OK. Okay, so now what we need to do is finish this sketch, and I need to extrude each one of those things that I just created. So I'm clicking on each one of them all the way around the cylinder, and I'm going to extrude those a distance of 0.25. Now, if we were to look at this from an isometric view, you would see that I've got perfect crenelations there, and I like the way that those are looking. Okay, that looks just like a turret on a castle. Now I'm going to show you the rectangular pattern idea. So I'm going to start a sketch once again. I'm going to go on top of my cube over here. Let's drag it over here to the center so I can see it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my rectangle, start right on the corner. I'm going to drag out. I want this to be 0.25, tab. Let's make it 0.1. Okay. So I can hit enter. You'll notice that I've got a wonderful little rectangle there that is ready to be patterned and turned into a castle crenellation. So I'm going to go up here to create. I'm going to choose rectangular pattern this time. Once again, I have to select all four sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll notice that it's asking which direction do I want to put this in. Well, I want it to go this direction. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to drag this thing all the way down until it is even with this other side. However, you notice that 3 isn't anywhere near enough. Let's start adding to it. I'm going to say 7 to start with. Do I like the spacing on that 7? I say yes. So I've got 7. It's even with the other side. We're going to click OK to finish the pattern tool. And then once again, I'm going to finish the sketch, extrude each one of those pieces individually. And then we are going to make those extruded 0.25. Now, if we look at that from our isometric view, you'll see the crenelations on my wall, the crenelations on my tower, and that concludes the message on using this video on using the pattern tools.